Welcome. This is a short and sweet class here this evening for you. I've been having some connection issues on Wednesday evenings for some reason, so if you do get disconnected from the feed, know that I will try to come back, and if I can't get back on the internet for whatever reason, it seems to be a high traffic night, I will post in the comments right below this live stream what you should do next to finish up your practice. So just in case you get disconnected, you have some options. We're going to go ahead and get right into this because this is short and sweet. Let's get started. Go ahead and come to your table pose, hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Shrug your shoulders back a little bit. Soften your gaze, or even close your eyes if that feels comfortable, and just begin to draw some circles with your hips around your knees. You go 3 or 4 times in one direction, warming up the joints. Range of motion is totally up to you. Feel free to cushion your knees as needed, and then 3 or 4 times the other direction. Back to the center line. Spread your fingers even a little bit wider as you inhale. Bend your elbows as you soften your chest, going to a little bit of this kind of like soft cow pose. And then as you exhale, press into your fingertips, straighten your arms as you lift your belly, come into your cat pose. Inhale, soft elbow cow. Exhale, straighten up the arms, cat. Let's try 2 more like that. 2 more sets, that is. And then coming back to your neutral spine, walk your hands 6-8 inches out in front of you, tuck your toes under, rock back through the arches of your feet, lift your knees, come to downward facing dog, and really then bend your knees deeply against your belly and your thighs are coming together, and then walk your feet, straightening one leg a little bit, and then the other. So you're not just stretching the feet here, you're also stretching the legs a little bit, and if one leg comes straight as you do this, that's fine. Both legs stay bent, that's also fine. Feels a little stressful in your shoulders, feel free to take your hands a little bit wider here than shoulder distance. And then bend both knees again, really nice and deep. Bring your chest back towards your thighs, press into your index finger and thumb. Feel the stretch in your shoulder, maybe even gently bounce your chest. You can let your legs grow a little straighter here if that feels comfortable. Take a deep breath. And then walk your hands forward towards your feet, coming to dangle at the front of your mat. Soften your knees. It's totally fine to have props here underneath your hands, or not to. You can see what feels comfortable to you. Feel free to rest your arms on your legs somewhere if that feels better. Sway gently from right to left with your torso. As you inhale, slide the palms of your hands up your legs. They can come to your shins or to your thighs as you reach the crown of your head forward. As you exhale, fold a little bit. Keep your knees soft. As you inhale, drop your tailbone back a little bit. Roll up from the base of your spine first. When you come to standing, roll your shoulders back. Let your palms face forwards. Take a deep breath. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. As you exhale, press your palms together, fold forward, getting right into our sun salutations here. Inhale, lift up halfway, reach the crown of your head forward. As you exhale, bend your knees deeply, step your right foot back, bring your right knee to the floor, slide your hands to frame your left foot. Feel free to cushion your back knee, slide your shoulders back, feel free to use blocks here, and inhale. Just looking up, looking forward. I'm just using my fingertips, but you can use props. As you exhale, plant the hands down, slide the left knee back next to the right knee, low plank, adjust your hands as needed, tuck your elbows in, slowly lower to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, lift the center of your chest, cobra pose, tuck your elbows in. Exhale to release, push back to table pose. Tuck your toes under. And lift perhaps to downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. You can be in dog, or you can stay in table. You can return to whichever one feels best. Feel free to move during those 3 breaths, or to be totally still. With the 4th inhale, float your right foot to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands, assisting as necessary. Now bring your left knee to the floor. Same thing here, you just shrug your shoulders back. If you feel like you get enough lift here, this is your inhale. If you need to put some props underneath your hands to get some lift, please do. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands a little bit in front of your feet, tuck your back toe under, and then step up. Inhaling the hands onto the legs, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. Maybe you take your arms out and up this time. Exhale, let your hands come down by your sides. Let's keep it going. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold, bend the knees. Plant the hands down, step the left foot back. Bring the left knee to the floor, slide the fingertips to frame the right foot, shrug the shoulders back, lift the chest as you breathe in. As you breathe out, rock the hips back, plant the hands down, right knee next to left knee. Exhale, find your push-up all the way to the floor. Inhale, tuck your pelvis down, lift your chest, cobra. Exhale to release. Push back, table pose, feel free to stay there, or even child's pose, or tuck your toes and come to downward dog for 3 breaths. Taking nice, deep, even breaths. Doesn't really matter what position you're in. It matters that you're breathing, you're filling your body with oxygen. The 4th inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot forward. Bring your right knee to the floor. Again, you might like to use some props here as you slide your shoulders back, lifting the center of the chest. This is your inhale. As you exhale, you come a little forward, bring your hands a little in front of your feet for better balance. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. I like to kind of almost rock back and then spring forward. I feel like I get a better momentum. Right foot next to left foot, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, soften. Keep your tailbone heavy as you inhale to roll all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. We're going to do that again and potentially add some more challenging things. So see how it goes and what you'd like to add on. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, you can keep your hands on the floor, or this time you could float your arms out to the sides. As you exhale, you bring your hands back to the floor or blocks, or you can keep your arms out to the sides or just float your fingertips. I'm going to do mine like airplane wings. Bring your weight to your left foot, so you're doing it no hands potentially. Step your right foot back. Bring your right knee to the floor. Now as you inhale, you might lift up a little higher, maybe sweeping your arms to the sky, regardless of how you got there. Maybe you came with your hands all the way from the floor up, maybe not. Exhale to fold forward, plant your hands. You might come back, left knee next to right knee like we did the first time, or you might tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and step back to a high plank, inhaling. Exhale, high or low plank all the way to the floor. Inhale, you can take cobra again, or you can turn your toes over, keep the knees elevated, roll the shoulders back, upward facing dog, a little more intense in the back bend. As you exhale, you can go back to table and then down dog, or roll your toes over and pull from the crease of your hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths, enjoy. Wherever you want to be. I didn't mention it, but of course you could be in table, dog, or child here. With the 4th inhale, the right foot floats up. Exhale, step the right foot forward, bring the left knee down. Inhale, maybe you leave your fingertips on the floor, maybe you bring your arms up. See how it goes? Back toes can be tucked or untucked for this, doesn't really matter, whatever feels good. Exhale to fold. You could bring your fingertips to the floor to step forward, or you could try no hands. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Little springy action, stepping up, left foot next to right. Inhale, hands or no hands, halfway lift. Exhale, soften. Forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands by the sides. We'll take that to the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, maybe you elevate the hands, maybe you keep them on the floor for a little bit of balance. Weight to the right foot, step the left foot back. Left knee comes to the floor. As you inhale, you can just lift the chest, or you can lift the arms up as well to the sky. Inhaling here. Enjoy this big stretch for the front of the body. Exhaling to fold forward, hands plant down. You can step the right knee back next to the left knee, or tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, come up, or you can bring both feet back and then lift the knees. Whichever way to get to plank works for you. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, cobra, upward dog, or even sphinx with the elbows on the floor can be a nice option. Exhale back, table, child, or down dog. 3 deep breaths. Kind of extra involved sun salutations, adding all these little steps here. All right, next inhale, left foot floats to the sky. Exhale, the left foot steps forward. The right knee comes to the mat. Again, you could just lift your chest. That might feel perfect. Or you might float your fingertips to the sky. Big, big inhale. Exhale forward, fingertips to the floor, or floating with no hands. Tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee. Wee! Balance, or maybe total abject failure. Bring the right knee in. Put the right foot down and fold. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll to the sky. Exhale, hands to the sides. Again, we're going to do something very similar and potentially add some things on. Maybe subtract some things. Do the ones that feel good to you. Let the ones that don't drift away. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, hands or no hands, halfway lift. Exhale, soften the knees, step the right foot back. Bring the right knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest, potentially lift the arms. Adding on, exhale to come forward, right hand to the mat, left hand to the top of the left thigh. You can also put your right hand on a block. Twisting over to your left, shrug your shoulders back. Back foot tucked or untucked. Feel free to bring your arms to the sky. Exhale to fold towards the floor. Either low plank, left knee back, or high plank, left foot back. Exhale slowly to the floor. Inhale, cobra, or sphinx, or upward facing dog. Exhale to release, plant the hands, move back. Child, table, downward facing dog. You can kind of alternate it every time. My back was feeling a little tender, so I'm going to take a little break in child's pose. Maybe you're feeling really fiery, you want to hold your dog. With the next inhale, you'll bring your right foot to the sky, and you'll step your right foot forward. Now, leave your back knee lifted, at least for the moment. You could decide to go back to what we just did, which was dropping the left knee and then twisting to the right. That might feel perfect. You might decide to go a step further, leaving the back knee lifted. Plant the left hand to the floor just slightly in front of the left shoulder, so you have just a little bit off of 90-degree angle from the arm to the mat. From here, twist open to your right. You might stay, or you might walk your right foot a little back, rolling to the outer edge of your left foot, supported side plank. Push down into your foot to help lift your hips if you choose this option. Go just as far as you need to go today. Inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to roll back. Both feet should be facing straight forward back. You may have to wiggle your right foot back in. It's okay if it's further back on the mat. Fingertips on the floor or floating. Rock to warrior 3 for just a second. Curl the left foot in. Left foot next to right foot. Forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding. Inhale, roll yourself to the sky. Exhale, hands to the side. Same thing, other side. So this one's a little bit faster because we're doing 2 different things as we move forward and back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands or float the hands, weight to the right foot, step the left foot back. First time, the left knee definitely comes to the floor and you lift the arms up. Maybe you keep the hands down. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand to the mat or to the block, right hand to the thigh, twisting over towards your right. Feel free to lift your right arm up. Squeeze your inner thighs together here. Take a deep breath. Exhale, you'll fold back down. Plant the hand, high plank or low plank as you inhale, your choice. Tuck the elbows in, exhale to the floor. You can take up dog. You can come all the way down for cobra or sphinx. Exhale to release, come on back to your table. your child, or your down dog for 3 deep breaths. So we're always resetting, kind of halfway through our vinyasa. When you're ready, inhale, left foot steps up. Exhale, left foot steps forward, and here's where you have tons of options. You could go back to the right knee down, twist to the left. You could go back knee up, right hand down, twist to the left. Or you could go a little further. As you walk your left foot to the left and slightly down towards the bottom of the mat, you roll to the outer edge of your back foot. Both sets of toes are facing to the long edge of the mat. You press down into your right fingertips to lift up into side plank. You can be pressing firmly into your foot here as well. Exhale. Come all the way down. You might have to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle that left foot in so it's facing the short edge of the mat. Fingertips in front of the foot or floating the hands. Little tiny warrior 3. Curl the leg in. Place the foot on the floor and fold. Let it all go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding. Inhale, roll to the sky. Exhale. Hands come in front of your heart. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. We're going to continue with one more sun salutation. We're going to slow it down, and we're going to get a little stretchy with it this time. On your inhale, bring your arms up. On your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift with hands or no hands. A little far back, so I'm going to step forward. If you want to, you can. Inhale, weight to the left foot. Right foot steps back. Right knee comes to the floor. Same thing we've been doing. You can keep your fingertips down, or you could sweep your arms up as you breathe in. Take several full deep breaths here. Squeeze your inner thighs together. If you'd like, you can take this into a little back bend, arching your chest a bit more. Just keep your abdominals engaged so that your low back does not feel uncomfortable here. Maybe even bring your elbows down and out. Some wings. Inhale where you are. As you exhale, fold forward, fingertips to the floor or to blocks, framing your left foot. Begin to straighten your left leg, coming back to a little pyramid pose. If having your knees on the floor doesn't feel good, you can always do this with the back knee lifted. My knees feel very tender today, so I'm going to do the knee lifted stretch. Just want to feel the front of your left thigh. Excuse me. You want to feel the back of your left thigh. I think I was saying front leg and back of at the same time. You want to feel your left hamstrings. Let's take another deep breath. And then we're going to combine what we did before together without that kind of vinyasa part, without the push-up part. So now you're going to bring your left knee forward. Your back knee can be lifted or on the floor. You're going to place your right hand down and you're going to twist to the left. Shrug your shoulders back. You could stay in your twisted lunge, squeezing your inner thighs together. That might feel quite lovely. Or you can turn a little bit more, both feet to the long edge of the mat, coming into supported side plank. You could stay right here and hold, or this is quite tricky, so proceed with caution. You can start to lower your hips towards the floor until you feel a nice side stretch. Some people can even set their hips on the floor here and extend their left arm back. And I'm not great at it because my shoulder is a little bit tight, so I should actually stretch my hand a little more away from me to get comfortable here. Maybe that works. Maybe you just feel like you did something incredibly weird and awkward, and you're like, man, I'm going to go back. See how it goes. This is one of those strange ones. When you're ready, you come back towards your lunge position. So both feet are facing the short edge of the mat. You plant your hands down. You're going to step your left foot back to downward dog or your left knee back to table pose. And you're just going to take a deep full breath or two here. Maybe wiggle your hips around. And now you're going to lift your left leg again to the sky. So we're staying on the left side. And now you're going to take your left knee behind your left hand for a pigeon pose. Maybe you can slide your right thigh back and fold forward here. Maybe you prefer to sit on the outer edge of your left hip and draw your right knee in and fold here. Maybe you prefer at this point to actually come over onto your back left ankle over the top of the right knee and draw the knee towards you. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Just pick one that feels nice. Couple more deep breaths. All right. If, like me, you're lying on your back, you could uncross your left ankle from your right knee, rock a few times side to side, roll all the way to the side, and then just roll yourself up and come eventually to standing. Take your time, because if you're facing forward, you'll probably want to wiggle yourself up and then walk your feet in. You might like to take a brief moment in downward dog to pedal your feet, come forward, and come all the way to standing, rolling up. We'll all meet in the next breath or two. Standing at the front of the mat, we're going to take all of that onto the right side so that your right hip feels as nice and stretched as your left. All right, feet comfortable distance apart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your fingertips down or not. Weight to the right foot. Step that left foot back. Left knee to the floor. You could keep your fingers down or you can lift your arms up, coming for that nice stretch. And you just want any amount of opening that feels good at the front of your body. So for some people, that's down here. Might feel lovely. For some people, it's up. For some people, they need to go into that back bend to really open the front of the body. See what feels nice to you. Belly towards the spine to keep a little bit of engagement in the abs, protecting the low back. Let's take one more deep breath. And then exhale, fold forward, plant your fingertips. Maybe you like to use blocks for your half splits. Start to bring your hips back, stretching the back of your right thigh this time. Maybe, again, you want to join me in tucking your back toe, lifting your back knee, and going for a higher pyramid because your knee is feeling a little tender. Do the one, again, that feels nice to your body. And honestly, it totally doesn't matter if your front leg is straight or bent, as long as you feel the back of the thigh getting some stretchy action. When you're ready, you're going to rock forward, front knee over the front ankle. Place the left hand down. You could place the left knee down or up, your choice. Twisting over to your right, shrugging your shoulders back, inner thighs a little bit together. You could stay in twisted lunge. That might feel lovely for today. If you want to go a little further, you can go towards that modified side plank, wiggling the right foot back, turning to the knife edge, the outer edge of the back foot, lifting up. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you attempt this strange, I honestly don't even know what this is called, sideways sit. I like to kind of rainbow my arm forward and then down as I drop my left hip. And you may not be able to get very far because your hip or your shoulder is not okay with this. It took me ages to be able to get my hip to the floor. It's a really good stretch for the outer right hip, so you may find that you have to just kind of do this. It's fine. See what feels good. And if this is easy for you, well, I'm just very jealous. This is incredibly difficult for my body. A lot of practice, and I'm cheating right now by being on the outside edge of my right foot. You can join me if you want to. When you're ready, you're going to roll back, and you're going to step yourself back to downward facing dog. You could come to table or child. If you really want another vinyasa, you're welcome to add one in. Just do whatever feels kind of nice. We're winding everything down here. Go towards pigeon. Right foot floats up as you inhale. Right knee behind the right hand. If you're doing a forward facing variation, sliding the left thigh back, forward, maybe sitting on the right hip, folding forward, or maybe joining me in the supine pigeon, right ankle over the top of the left knee. Maybe rock a little bit. And rocking is really nice when you're on your back, but it's equally nice. You can kind of wiggle your hips a little side to side if you're facing forward. You can wiggle your torso a little bit side to side if you're sitting in the pinwheel shape on the outside of your right hip. Can feel really nice. Just a little bit of like almost a shimmying movement to just kind of ease into this. It's like getting into a really tight garment, maybe something that you used to wear, and you're not quite sure if it fits anymore, you kind of got to do the shimmy and you suck everything in to zip it out. And you go, oh, okay, this is good. This is better than I thought. I'm here now, and it works. All right. Now, if you're lying on your back, you can just uncross your legs. Maybe you want to hug them in towards your chest, or just wiggle your arms and legs for a moment. Hang out. If you're facing forward, you're going to want to release yourself, maybe come through a dog or a table and wiggle things out, and then you're going to walk your feet forward and roll down onto your back. So that we'll all meet here, lying on our backs on the floor, hugging our knees towards our chest. Take your knees when you're ready over to the right, finding a twist. I'm taking my knees together. That is completely optional. You can be doing any variation of a twist that feels good to you. Bring your knees back to the center on an inhale, and on an exhale, take them to the other side. On an inhale, bring your knees to the center. Give them a really big hug. And then release the feet to the floor, one, and then the other. We're going to finish off with just one gentle bridge pose. The soles of the feet on the floor, knees pointing towards the sky, palms of the hands down by your sides. Inhale, totally relax. Exhale, pull your belly button towards the floor, press your heels down, lift your hips. Simultaneously, you might choose to lift your arms over your head and bring the hands, the backs of the hands, that is, to the mat behind you. And just hold here. You don't need to lift up so high that you feel that your whole front of body is super active and your knees disappear from you. You can have just kind of a little bit of softness in your hips so you can see your thighs. Perhaps. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Press down into your big toes for a moment. Feel the inner thighs. And then release the hips. Release the arms down by the sides. Rest for a deep breath in neutral. And then if you'd like, draw your knees into your chest. And rock a little bit side to side. And then it's Shavasana. Stretching your legs and your arms out long. Finding a comfortable resting place. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Relax. 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 Please stay in your relaxation as long as you like. When it's time to return to your day, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock yourself over to one side. And move gently to seated. Finding a comfortable seat for your body. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And we'll close with that deep breath together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. On 3. 1, 2, 3.